6:52, time for the morning sprint.
The man arrested twice for bringing a gun to the Capitol and asking for the governor is back in jail this morning for the same crime. Joshua Pleasnick was booked into Dane County around 10 last night. Capitol Police arrested him an hour earlier on charges of carrying a concealed weapon. Pleasnick was arrested earlier this month for carrying a loaded handgun into the Capitol. He posted bail, then returned to outside the Capitol with the rifle. It's not clear if this is his second or third arrest. Overseas, President Biden touching down and speaking to reporters in Tel Aviv this morning. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also took the podium. He thanked the U.S. for its support. The president was supposed to meet with Arab authorities from across the region, but they canceled after a bomb went off in a Gaza hospital that reportedly killed hundreds. Israeli and Palestinian forces blame one another for that explosion.
The man accused of sexually and physically assaulting a UW-Madison student has pleaded not guilty. 26-year-old Brandon Thompson is facing charges for beating, strangling, and sexually assaulting the woman in her 20s. The attack left her with serious injuries.
A second vote is scheduled for Representative Jim Jordan this morning on whether he'll be the next House Speaker. He failed the first vote yesterday, 20 Republicans defecting. Jordan will need to get at least 16 of them to change their minds in today's vote.
An 18-year-old woman from Watertown is seriously hurt after crashing an ATV. It happened in the town of Shields near Dodge County yesterday afternoon. She was riding west on Wood Road near County Road K when she overturned and was thrown off the four-wheeler. Someone found her in the middle of the road.
Two high-ranking Diddy and Milling employees will be sentenced for their role in a deadly Cambria explosion back in 2017. A jury found Derek and Sean Mesner guilty of charges against them in the explosion that killed 5 people. It was caused by hazards created by the mill's operation. A sentencing date is not yet scheduled.
Republicans in the legislature continue to withhold pay raises for UW employees, while approving raises for other state workers. Speaker Robin Vos says Republicans will continue to block the raises until UW cuts $32 million from its diversity programs. Governor Tony Evers says not giving the employees their raises is as dumb as it gets.
New data shows most Americans support striking auto workers. A CNN poll shows Americans are signing 3-to-1 with union employees over the big 3 auto companies. Democrats, union households, and self-described liberals showed the majority of that support. The poll took place earlier this month. It surveyed around 1,300 people. Big
changes for the UW system. They're going to have to close the UW Platteville-Richland campus next year and end in-person instruction for UW-Milwaukee, Washington County, and UW-Oshkosh at Fond du Lac. A target date there of June of 2024. Students across these campuses will be offered enrollment options at other schools. Gender-affirming surgery for minors would be banned in Wisconsin under a Republican bill that won final approval in the legislature yesterday. Governor Evers says he will veto this bill. It drew dozens of people to the Capitol in opposition earlier this month. Democrats are united against it in both the Assembly and the Senate. Madison's public market project is moving ahead. The Common Council will vote on giving an additional $1 million to the project tomorrow night. This is the council-approved $1.6 million to cover rising costs for the project just last night. Researchers at Johns Hopkins say drinking increases the chances of breast cancer. The American Cancer Society says women who have just one drink a day have a 10% increase in risk, and young women could be more at risk.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock as we are tracking some showers that will be developing after the noon hour, mainly to the west, then tracking toward Madison, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and then off to the east going into the late afternoon and evening. These will be pretty scattered, pretty light. But it's going to be a breezy, mild day. The first one forecast 64 today with those scattered showers later today. They'll continue tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures near 60 on Friday before a cold front brings us some cooler weather for the weekend. Right now, both Saturday and Sunday look dry. Another larger system could be affecting us later next week.
All right. Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. Stay with us, folks. Another news and weather update coming up in about half an hour.